The holidays are often portrayed as a magical time filled with joy, family gatherings, and the excitement of gift giving. But for many of us, this season can feel more like a marathon of stress than a celebration. The pressure to find the perfect gifts, the financial strain of holiday spending, and the packed schedules can leave us feeling drained and overwhelmed. Let's talk about gift shopping. It starts off as a fun idea, but quickly turns into a race against the clock. The pressure to find something meaningful can lead to impulse buys and overspending. According to recent studies, nearly 60% of Americans report feeling stressed about their holiday budgets. That's a lot of pressure for something that's supposed to bring joy. Then there's the family gatherings. While we love our families, the dynamics can sometimes be challenging. Old tensions can resurface, and the pressure to keep the peace can be exhausting. It's not uncommon for family drama to overshadow the holiday spirit. In fact, many people report feeling more anxious during family gatherings than at any other time of the year. And let's not forget about our packed schedules. Between work commitments, social obligations, and holiday events, it can feel like there's no time to breathe. The constant hustle can lead to burnout, leaving us feeling more like zombies than festive participants in the season. It's a recipe for stress, and it's no wonder that mental health professionals see a spike in anxiety and depression during the holidays. So, how do we cope with this overwhelming season? First, it's important to set realistic expectations. Remember, it's okay to say no to events or to simplify your gift list. Prioritize what truly matters to you. Secondly, practice self-care. Take time for yourself, whether it's a quiet moment with a book or a walk outside. And don't hesitate to reach out for support. Talking to friends or a mental health professional can provide relief and perspective. Lastly, focus on creating meaningful experiences rather than stressing over perfection. Sometimes the best memories come from the simplest moments, like sharing a laugh over a home-cooked meal or enjoying a cozy movie night. By shifting our focus from the hustle to the heart of the season, we can reclaim the joy that the holidays are meant to bring. The holiday season is supposed to be a time of joy and togetherness, but for many of us, it often feels like a pressure cooker. Let's talk about why holiday stress is so common. First, there's the financial pressure. Did you know that Americans spend an average of over $1,000 during the holidays? That's not just on gifts, but also travel, decorations, and all those little extras that seem to add up so quickly. It's like we're all in this race to outdo each other, and the finish line is a mountain of credit card debt. It's no wonder that many of us feel overwhelmed. Then there's the time pressure. Between work deadlines and holiday preparations, we're stretched thinner than ever. You got your regular job, plus the added responsibilities of planning parties, shopping for gifts, and cooking meals. By the time the holidays roll around, we're exhausted. It's like we're running a marathon, but instead of medal at the end, we get a pile of dishes and a to-do list that never seems to end. Family expectations add another layer of stress. Hosting relatives, cooking traditional meals, and keeping up with family traditions can feel like a heavy burden. Everyone has their own ideas about how things should be done, and trying to meet those expectations can be exhausting. You want to create a perfect holiday experience, but the pressure to please everyone can be overwhelming. And let's not forget about comparison culture. Social media has turned the holidays into a showcase of perfection. We scroll through our feeds, seeing beautifully decorated homes, elaborate meals, and perfectly wrapped gifts. It's hard not to feel inadequate when everyone else seems to be living their best holiday life. The truth is, we've commercialized holidays so much that joy often takes a back seat to performance and perfection. We need to remember that the holidays are about connection, not competition. It's okay if your tree isn't Instagram-worthy or if your holiday dinner doesn't look like it came straight out of a magazine. What matters is the time spent with loved ones, the laughter shared, and the memories created. So, let's take a step back this holiday season. Let's focus on what truly matters, being present, enjoying the moment, and finding joy in the little things. After all, the best gift we can give ourselves is the freedom to celebrate in a way that feels right for us, without the pressure to perform. The holidays can be a beautiful time, but for many, they bring a wave of emotions that can feel overwhelming. Take loneliness, for instance. It's easy to scroll through social media and see everyone celebrating, surrounded by family and friends, while you might be sitting alone. That feeling of being left out can be heavy. It's a stark reminder that not everyone has family nearby or the support system that makes this season feel joyful. Then there's grief. For those who've lost loved ones, the holidays can amplify that pain. The empty chair at the dinner table, the absence of familiar laughter, it all becomes more pronounced during this time. It's a struggle to reconcile the joy that others seem to feel with the heartache that can linger in the background. Family gatherings can also stir up old conflicts. Those unresolved arguments that you thought were buried can resurface, igniting tension and discomfort. It's as if the holidays have a way of bringing out the best and worst in us. The pressure to maintain a facade of happiness can be exhausting, especially when you're grappling with your own feelings. And let's not forget the unrealistic expectations that come with this season. Society tells us to be merry, to celebrate, and to enjoy every moment. But what happens when you don't feel that way? The pressure to be happy can backfire, leading to feelings of inadequacy and frustration. It's important to remember that it's okay not to feel festive all the time. For some, the holidays are the hardest time of year. Not because they don't care, but because the emotional weight is too heavy. It's crucial to acknowledge these feelings and give ourselves permission to experience them. Whether it's reaching out to a friend, seeking support, or simply allowing ourselves to feel what we feel, it's all part of navigating this complex emotional landscape. So, if you find yourself struggling during this season, know you're not alone. It's okay to take a step back, to breathe, and to prioritize your emotional well-being. The holidays may be a time of celebration for many, but for others, it's a time of reflection, healing, and sometimes just getting through the day. The holiday season is often portrayed as a time of joy and celebration, but for many, it brings a wave of stress that can be hard to manage. According to the American Psychological Association, 38% of people report that their stress levels spike during this time of year. That's nearly 4 out of 10 individuals feeling the pressure. What's driving the stress? One major factor is financial strain. A staggering 25% of people say they experience extreme financial pressure during the holidays. With gift giving, travel expenses, and holiday parties, it's no wonder that wallets feel lighter and anxiety levels rise. But it's not just about money. Over 40% of individuals report experiencing fatigue or sleep problems during the holidays. The hustle and bustle, late-night gatherings, and the pressure to meet expectations can leave us feeling drained. It's a cycle that can be tough to break. The data shows that stress isn't just in our heads. It's a nationwide seasonal struggle. The demands of the holidays can lead to burnout, affecting our mental and physical health. It's essential to recognize these patterns and take steps to manage them. Finding balance is key. Setting realistic expectations for ourselves and our families can help. Instead of trying to do it all, we can prioritize what truly matters, spending quality time with loved ones, enjoying simple traditions, and taking moments for self-care. Remember, it's okay to say no to extra commitments that add to our stress. We can create our own holiday experiences that bring joy without the overwhelm. As we navigate this festive season, let's keep in mind that we're not alone in our struggles. By acknowledging the statistics and our own feelings, we can foster a more supportive environment for ourselves and those around us. After all, the holidays should be about connection, not chaos. Traveling during the holiday season can feel like stepping into a chaotic whirlwind. Picture this: crowded airports, long lines, and the constant hum of announcements about delayed flights. It's a scene that plays out every year as millions of Americans embark on their journeys, whether by plane or car. The excitement of the holidays is often overshadowed by the stress of getting there. As we rush to meet end-of-year deadlines, the pressure mounts. Work overload is real, and many of us are juggling projects while trying to carve out time for travel. Balancing PTO with work responsibilities can feel like a high-stakes game of Tetris. You think you've got all lined up, and then, boom, a last-minute meeting or an unexpected project lands in your lap. Suddenly, That carefully planned vacation feels more like a race against time. And let's talk about the traffic. Nothing adds to the stress quite like being stuck in gridlock, watching the minutes tick away as you inch closer to your destination. It's enough to make anyone question their sanity. The anticipation of family gatherings and holiday cheer quickly turns into a countdown of how much longer you'll be trapped in your car or at the airport. Then there's the emotional toll. The holiday season is supposed to be a time of joy, but for many, it's a source of anxiety. The pressure to make everything perfect can lead to burnout. We push ourselves to the limit, trying to meet everyone's expectations while also managing our own. By the time the holidays are over, we often find ourselves in need of a vacation from our vacation. That I've heard it said that many people feel like they need a break just to recover from the chaos of the holidays. It's a sentiment that resonates deeply. We rush to celebrate, but the toll it takes on our mental and physical well-being can be significant. The irony is that we look forward to these moments of togetherness, yet they can leave us feeling drained as we navigate through the travel chaos. It's essential to remember to take a breath. Finding small moments of calm amidst the chaos can make a world of difference. Whether it's a quick meditation before your flight or simply allowing yourself to enjoy the journey, these little practices can help ease the tension. So, as we head into this busy season, let's acknowledge the stress that comes with it. Embrace the chaos, but also carve out time for yourself. After all, the holidays should be about connection and joy, not just a race to the finish line. It's been a tough time for so many of us, hasn't it? The weight of anxiety feels heavier than ever. I find myself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, my mind racing with worries. Will I be able to pay the bills this month? What if I lose my job? It's like a never-ending loop of thoughts that just won't quit. Sleep problems have become my unwelcome companion. And I know I'm not alone in this, that I've noticed that irritability has crept into my daily life, too. Little things that used to roll off my back now feel like they're pushing me to my breaking point. I snap at my loved ones over the smallest issues, and then I feel guilty for it. It's a cycle that feeds on itself, and I can't help but wonder how many others are feeling this way, especially those of us who are struggling financially or socially. And then there's the spike in alcohol consumption. I've caught myself reaching for that extra glass of wine more often, thinking it'll help me unwind. But deep down, I know it's just a temporary escape. It's a slippery slope, and I can feel it dragging me down. Emotional eating has become another coping mechanism. I find myself reaching for comfort foods, not because I'm hungry, but because it feels like a small act of control in a world that feels so chaotic. But then, of course, there's the guilt that follows, and it just adds to the weight on my shoulders. For parents, the pressure is even more intense. Balancing work, home life, and the endless expectations of our children can feel overwhelming. I want to be the best parent I can be, but the stress of trying to meet their needs while managing my own mental health can feel like juggling flaming torches. I worry about their well-being, their education, and their happiness, all while trying to keep my own head above water. And let's not forget about the worsening depression that many are facing. It's like a fog that settles in, making even the simplest tasks feel monumental. I've had days where getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. It's a struggle that's often invisible to others, but it's very real for those of us experiencing it. We're all navigating this complex web of emotions, and it's important to acknowledge that we're not alone. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, to seek help, and to talk about our struggles. We need to create spaces where we can share our experiences without judgment. After all, we're all in this together, and understanding each other's battles can be the first step toward healing. The holiday season can often feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Embracing healthy coping strategies can transform this time into something truly special. Let's dive into some practical tips that can help you navigate the hustle and bustle while keeping your well-being in check. First, set a budget. It's easy to get caught up in the spirit of giving, but remember, meaningful gifts don't have to break the bank. Focus on what you can afford and get creative. A heartfelt note or a homemade treat can often mean more than an expensive item. Next, learn to say no. It's tempting to accept every invitation, but overcommitting can lead to stress and burnout. Prioritize the events that truly matter to you. It's okay to skip a party if it doesn't align with your values or if it feels like too much. Setting boundaries is crucial, especially when it comes to family gatherings. If certain relatives or conversations drain your energy, it's perfectly acceptable to minimize your exposure. Protect your peace. You deserve to enjoy the holidays without unnecessary stress. Prioritizing self-care is essential during this busy time. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, staying active, and taking mindful breaks. Even a short walk in nature can recharge your spirit and clear your mind. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Creating new traditions can also be a wonderful way to focus on what truly matters, connection over perfection. Whether it's cooking a simple meal together or sharing heartfelt gifts, these moments can foster deeper connections with loved ones. And let's talk about social media. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing your holiday experience to others' highlight reels. Limit your time on social platforms to avoid that comparison game. Instead, immerse yourself in your own experiences and cherish the moments that bring you joy. When you focus on what matters most, love, connection, and gratitude, you start to realize that the best holiday moments are often the simplest ones. Embrace this season with an open heart, and remember that it's the little things that can make the biggest impact. The holidays have always been a time of joy, but lately, I've noticed a shift in how we celebrate. It's refreshing to see families embracing simpler traditions that focus on connection rather than consumerism. Take board games, for example. I remember the laughter echoing through my living room as my family gathered around the table, competitive yet supportive, sharing stories and creating memories that far outlast any gift. And then there are the families who choose to volunteer at food banks instead of splurging on extravagant gifts. It's heartwarming to see parents and children working side by side, packing meals for those in need. They're teaching valuable lessons about compassion and gratitude, showing that the true spirit of the holidays is about giving back, not just receiving. That I've also seen friends hosting potlucks instead of fancy dinners. Everyone brings a dish, and suddenly, the meal becomes a tapestry of flavors and cultures. It's not about impressing anyone with a lavish spread. It's about sharing what we love to eat and enjoying each other's company. Those gatherings are filled with laughter, stories, and a sense of community that can't be bought. And let's talk about the young adults who are redefining holiday celebrations. Instead of rushing home for traditional festivities, many are choosing to travel or volunteer abroad. They're seeking experiences that enrich their lives and the lives of others. It's inspiring to see them prioritize meaningful connections over material gifts, reminding us all that the holidays can be about adventure and service. Swapping expensive gifts for homemade ones is another trend I love. There's something special about receiving a hand-knit scarf or a jar of homemade jam. It shows thoughtfulness and effort, a personal touch that a store-bought item simply can't match. It's a reminder that love and creativity can be the best gifts of all that in the end. The holidays should be about love, connection, and community. It's about gathering with those we care about, sharing our time and talents, and creating lasting memories. When we shift our focus from what we spend to how we connect, we truly capture the essence of the season. So let's embrace these simpler holidays, where the spirit of giving and togetherness reigns supreme. The holiday season can be a beautiful time, but it often brings stress along with joy. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the pressure to create the perfect celebration. Remember, it's okay to take a step back. Prioritize what truly matters: connection, gratitude, and self-care. Embrace the little moments, whether it's sipping hot cocoa or enjoying a quiet walk in the snow. Finding joy in simplicity can ease the holiday chaos. Let's focus on what brings us happiness and peace. And remember, it's perfectly fine to ask for help when you need it.